Hey guys, welcome to the first of many videos for this week because I want to make up for the fact that I have not uploaded in the last few weeks. So this week and this week only, every other day, there will be a video starting from Monday, ending on Sunday. So let's get into this. I gotta record a few videos because though I did have some of these recorded, they're not that great because I attempted to do stuff when I was still sick, and you know what? You can probably still hear it a bit, but you know what? We're not using videos where I'm full blown into sickness. Anyways, let's get into today's video, which is 12 books in 2024. I'm excited for. Now, some of these are already out. However, I do not have them. And I probably will not have them for a hot minute because I couldn't work for 2 weeks because I was sick. So this is a list of 12 books that I found that I'm actually very excited for. And all of these, from what I know, are 2024 releases. Don't quote me on that, but I believe all of these are 2024 releases. Let's go. Also, the reason it's 12 is because I just kept finding books that I wanted. Right here will be pictures of the books when they come up. Now, our first one comes as no surprise, and I'm pretty sure it's already released, is Destroy the Day. Do I have the author's name? No. Right, Bridget Kammerer. Destroy the Day, which is the final installment to the Defy the Night trilogy. And I am so happy. I'm buying that one first because I'm so excited for it. I'm not going to be buying it anytime soon because I got to get my February bills under control before they go out of control. And my next paycheck in a week is not gonna look pretty. But yeah, so Destroy the Day by Bridget Kammerer. That's on the top of the list. It's on the top of the list. Next one is The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. Now I'm not gonna go too much into detail about these. Actually, I'm going to go into no detail about these. But Leigh Bardugo, she's a good writer. I love most of her books. Leigh Bardugo wrote the best fantasy world that I have ever read. She built a rich fantasy world with the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which is followed by the Six of Crows duology and King of Scars, which I still need to read. Let's not talk about that. But from what I see, Leigh Bardugo is writing something new. I cannot wait to read this. The reason I didn't read her other adult book is mostly because I heard it was pretty explicit. So I'm hoping that The Familiar does not have that, but regardless, I will read it. Anyways, on to our next one, which is The Tainted Cup, which is the first of a series that's going to be coming out, and it's by Robert Jackson Bennett. From what I read about it. Now, first off, this cover, mwah, beautiful. Second off, oh my god, it's so pretty. Sorry. Second off, it's like a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped inside fantasy, and honestly, you don't get a lot of those that often, and it's really nice. And this one's not released yet, but yeah, it's so pretty. Oh my god. I have no idea what else this guy has written. Let's take a look. But yeah, so the Tainted Cup, it mirrors a mystery, which, because I read exclusively fantasy and sci-fi, you don't get much mystery novels with those two genres. So like, I'm intrigued. Yeah, he's written a few things that look like they're sci-fi. So this will be interesting. On to our next one, because this video is going to be long enough. Of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chen. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I was browsing Goodreads, I looked at this cover and man, it's so beautiful. But from what I read, it's kind of Mulan meets something. It feels very Mulan-esque, and so it's really neat. It caught my interest because of that, and oh my god, the cover, which you are seeing right here, is beautiful. It's gorgeous. Like how? According to this here, it's Mulan meets Iron Widow. Haven't read Iron Widow, so don't really know that. And something I find amazing is the word silk punk fantasy. Don't really know what silk punk is. I know what steampunk is, but silk punk is not a term you hear often. And after I record this video, I will take a look at that, what that entails. This is very Mulan-esque, and that makes me excited. Next one, A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. This was not on Goodreads, but from USA Today, best-selling author T. Kingfisher comes A Sorceress Comes to Call. A dark retelling of the Brothers Grimm, The Goose Girl, right, with secrets, murder, and forbidden magic. Now, honestly, I didn't really need that to know what it is, because based off of the description alone, which I'm not going to go through, I found that it was more into the dark side of fantasy, and honestly, amazing. I love dark fantasy. I don't read enough dark fantasy. This comes out in August of this year, so I'm going to be waiting quite a bit. But you know what? By August, I should be in a real good state financially, and I will not be in this apartment anymore by then. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Ooh, A Sorceress Comes to Call. Now, the cover's not the most beautiful. I'm gonna say that. But you know what? The title alone drew me in, and then the description was like, yes, I want to read this. Our next one is Earthflown by Frances Wren. Something that I think has been in the works for a while. It's been in the works for quite a while. That's a different cover than what I saw. But that's a pretty cover. Anyways, I think there's a gay love story in here. Great. I love it. I love LGBT representativity. I love seeing that. Anyways, I just love one of these lines. Has the cheekbones and earnestness to make up for both. Oh, okay. My man, Ethan's down bad. Ollie wasn't really introduced until the very end of this description, which makes me intrigued into Ollie. But yeah, so this book is like a sci-fi fantasy kind of blend, which honestly, amazing. I love it. I love both genres, though I don't read much sci-fi, like strict sci-fi, because honestly, sci-fi and fantasy, they blend together. They really do just blend, And it's honestly strange. It's weird because you'll find a lot of fantasy lovers not liking like strict sci-fi, but they like having sci-fi elements in their fantasy. So in that sense, when there's books that blend into each other, then that's amazing. And that's what this seems like. And so I'm really excited for this one. When does this come out? This comes out in April. That's probably around the time I'm issuing a book ban on myself so I can afford a different place to live. So, oh well. I will buy that at some point later. Next, I think we're halfway down the list. I have not been numbering these. We're on number 7, which is the Mercy of Gods by James S.A. Corr. Now this goes almost full on sci-fi, which love it. It does have a mix of sci-fi and fantasy, but this is the start of another series, I believe. But the Mercy of Gods, like there's this hive, and they're running into an issue, and so they're trying to find a solution, but they're finding a solution in other species and threatening these species, which includes humans, with extinction, which, first off, not the way to go. Second off, I love that concept. Mwah, amazing. And I'm gonna love this. Also, an August release, so I get to wait for a bit. Now, number 8, we have A Tempest of Tea. Now, I'm sure that this is all over BookTube and Book Talk, of which I'm not a part of. The Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faisal. That's a familiar name. What are you? Anyways, this is like a historical fantasy. It's called Vampires, which I have not read a book with vampires since, you know what? Since The Mortal Instruments. I have not read a single book with vampires in it since The Mortal Instruments, Shadowhunters Chronicles nonsense, of which I have stopped reading. I'm sorry to everyone who loves the series. I dropped off. I dropped off at Queen of Air and Darkness, so yeah, I'm excited for this. This comes out in February, which hopefully by the time that this is releasing, I will have a better handle on my finances, but I can't wait. Also, I just want to say, this cover is so beautiful in its simplicity. I could just stare at it all day. I love it. It's amazing. What else have you written? I just want to take a look. We hunt the flame, we free the star. Oh, those books of which I've never read. And there's even that. Oh, there's an indigo box for one of those. Interesting. But yeah, I cannot wait for A Tempest of Tea. I'm really loving it. Loving what the whole concept of it. And I'd like to get into some vampire stuff again, because it's always intriguing how different authors handle the whole concept of vampires and vampirism, and it's something I will personally never delve into, because I like to create entirely new races with their own very complicated lore as to how they came to be. But you know what? It's always nice to read about vampires, not to write about them, because God, that's a whole issue. I know I said I wasn't gonna search up all of these, but you know what? I got to. All right, our next one. which is book 9. Book 9 is The Girl with No Reflection by Kesh Chow or Kesha Chow. Gish Chow? One of that. Honestly, beautiful cover. A little busy for the cover. Just a teeny bit too busy. But you know what? You could say that about my own book. Well, not for my first two, but for King of Death and Daggers, you could definitely say about that. But this is about, like, this book caught my interest because it involves a mirror world and secrets of a royal family, and she has to figure out her part in all of this. And it's amazing. I cannot wait for this to come out. This is another August release. Why are there so many August releases? I'm gonna be broke in August. God damn it. But yeah. I'm excited for this. Though again, this cover is rather busy. Rather busy. Personally, I would not do the cover like this. Not with all of this stuff around it. Because it just complicates things. You want to cover I'm not going to go into this. But personally, I think the cover is just a tad bit too busy. Can't wait for it, though. Now we're going to go into book number 10, which I may just say, this book, which has already come out apparently, is, first off, it's beautiful. Yes, it's also busy, but you know what? It's beautiful. Instant national bestseller. Woo. This is a Jamaican-inspired fantasy, which is something you don't see that much. But it's really interesting because the main character can channel the power of gods. And so she uses that power apparently when she was very young. And like to get rid of the enemies of her island, but then her sister is going into a bond with the enemy, and the only way to separate that bond is by killing her sister. Like, that's such an interesting concept. I'm sure they have a lovely relationship in this book. Definitely. 100% positive that they have a lovely relationship. This is sarcasm for those of you who can't pick it up. Because I feel like she would have known before this announcement. I mean, it says two remarkable sisters with an unforgettable bond. You know, I don't know what to believe. I'll figure it out when I buy this. But yeah, so Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. Very beautiful book. Can't wait to read it. It is already out. So, yeah. But also the title. The title says a lot about this. Like, it says a lot about what's going to happen. It says so much. Like, oh my God. Next one, we got The City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. This is about unraveling a curse, right? Yeah, so I'm big into curses right now. So I want to see, I want to read this purely because it involves a curse. This is also released by now. It was released a few days ago as of recording this video. And I can't wait to buy this and read it because, oh my god, I love the concept of curses and breaking curses. And maybe it'll give me an idea to finish my 4th book off with how to break a curse, because I don't actually know how I'm going to break the curse in my own book. But you know what? We'll figure it out. I've done so much brainstorming for it in my own book. Anyways, next one and last one before my camera's battery dies. Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. Something like that. It's about witches, and witches are being hunted, and it's the first book in the series called The Crimson Moth. I'm excited. That's all I'm really going to share. It comes out in February. Why is everything coming out in February and August? Like, why? So many books that I must get to in those months. God. I'm gonna lose my shit. Anyways, so yeah, those are 12 of the books that I am looking forward to this year, and a few of them were already released. This video was supposed to be out a few weeks ago, so that's why this is being uploaded now. So that's why I'm recording this. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you want to support me, you can go buy my books. Links for those are going to be down in the description below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want to see more content from me, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video. Because who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. That was a weird voice crack. I probably need water.